Mabuhay, Kamustika, welcome. How are you? This is Bob from Love Beyond the Sea. I've got some more things I'd like to tell you about what I've learned about my Filipina wife. I did one of these a while ago, and there's just so many things I've learned in nearly 5 years of marriage to this amazing woman. And I'd been alone for a long time, about gave up on love, met her on Christian Filipina, and now we've been married about 5 years. So I've learned quite a bit about her. We got married in only 7 weeks and 5 days from the time I met her online, so we hadn't spent much time together before she immigrated here, and I've learned a lot about her. One of the things, she doesn't seem to be into designer clothes that much. Instead, pieces together nice looking outfits from sale items. I would say she's not a high maintenance wife, and I have to say I'm impressed with her ability to do this. When she has a job here that requires her to wear her street clothes inside the building, she will be one of the better dressed women at work. By the way, please let me know what you've learned about your wife, what you like about her, especially if you married a Filipina like I have. A brand new experience, knew nothing about the culture or the women, except I had heard they'd make good wives, and hopefully by the time this video is done, you will agree with me. And subscribe to Love Beyond the Sea. This is to help foreigners and with Filipina relationships. We have a WordPress blog site that's going to be listed there. You can come and communicate in the message forums as well and leave comments here. So she also wants me to look good at work. She has sneakily redone my wardrobe, and I've gotten a lot of compliments about my clothes. Her color schemes, they're a little bit outside my box, but I just go with it because it makes her happy. And she has good sense of style. She tells me I am better dressed than some higher ups at work. Her colleagues thought I worked in an office because of how I dressed at break, how she dressed me, and she's very happy about this. Like most any woman, Filipina takes pride in how her man is dressed. Sometimes she lays out the clothes for me to wear the night before, and in addition to putting together the food that I eat at work. I'm really spoiled. Now, she also doesn't like criticism or handle it really well, but most of us don't, including me. So she has high standards. She has pride in what she does, and so that's pretty common for all of us. And sometimes we disagree on what exactly is criticism. She is very good at calming down after an argument when we were in the presence of others. This is something I've read about, that a Filipina will not make a scene in front of others. Now, me, I'm not as good at simmering down. She is more patient than I am, especially in these airports. After one trip to the Philippines together, she said she was going without me the next time. Not going to happen, though. She does not like it when I complain. She has a certain toughness about her that belies her looks. I tell people she looks like a lamb, but has the heart of a lion. She's also a great lover. She wants to improve her English. I would say refine it. She often asks me if something she's going to write on Facebook is written correctly. She takes her English seriously. When she is angry with me, she says things she knows I won't like, but later apologizes for it. And we've been doing a better job of apologizing to each other quickly. She's on the shy side. One day she bought a pair of shoes, and as we were walking to the car, decided she didn't want them, but was too shy to go back to the store and return it, so I think I did the next day. She cares what other people think of her, maybe a little too much. She is a prototypical, responsible Filipina. In the winter, with the way she dresses, she looks like the Michelin tire woman. If she fell over, I think she might bounce back up. She does not like to dress provocatively, which is good. Instead, conservative but youthful looking. And I've learned when I snuggle up to her, I feel an amazing sense of calmness. She's like a tranquilizer for me. Sometimes I'm not sure she's telling me all her feelings. She has never brought up our age difference. Maybe it really doesn't matter. Having said that, she does want me to dress a little younger, but also says the same to her father. Have I mentioned she likes shoes? She is an even stronger woman than I thought for immigrating here to be with me. Still waiting to be comfortable holding hands in public. Sometimes she does, mostly when it's dark. When we do, she initiates it. Her rule on public display of affection is that she is allowed to do it to me, but not me to her, and I'll take it. She likes potato chips and pizza. At 4'11" and about 94 pounds, she says her weight is in her genes. I tell her not to bank on that always being the case. Sometimes I think my mom is trying to fatten her up. Aiza, try this. Aiza, try that. Aiza, help yourself to more. I say Aiza doesn't need any more. She was okay with going to my church initially, even though it had a much different style than what she was used to in the Philippines. Hers had a lot of choruses, a lot louder music, and we have an older congregation. She remembers names really well. Basketball players, co-workers, people at church. She's really good at this. I've also learned if she doesn't have rice for a couple days, she is miserable. The last bag of rice that we bought might have weighed more than she did. I've learned I'm so blessed to have married her, and I praise God for a Christian Filipina, where I met her back in 2015. Now, I am afraid to ask her what she's learned about me. That would require a bit of proofreading. I hope she has at least learned that I love her very much, and I need her so bad. I always remind my pastor of the verse that says, whoever finds a Filipina finds a good thing and obtains favor of the Lord. Well, of course, I changed the words a little bit there, but the fact is, marriage is God's idea and a most wonderful thing, despite the spats and differences and frustrations it's going to bring now and then. I would rather deal with that with Filipina than anyone else. After being married to one now for almost 5 years, I know what I have heard for decades. Filipinas make good wives. There is an overabundance to choose from on Christian Filipina. If you are serious about proposing to one of them, you don't have to look anywhere else. I look forward to learning more in the coming years with my love beyond the sea.